So, why is it that you may be flying solo when people are flying in pairs? That's right, on today's DKW show, we're going to be asking you, why are you still single if you are? And also, we're going to be having a lovely panelist on the show talking about why they're enjoying single life and the pros and the cons about it. And I've got my two married presenters here
But
that are
wait
going
there,
to be
Jen.
hashing it out.
Aren't you single? You're still single.
Well, we're going to find out why I'm still single too after this intro. So girls and lads out there, if you're watching, get your cuppa and get ready for today's DKW show.
This one's for the girls. This one's for all the girls. This one's for the girls who are love without holding back, who dream with everything they have all around the world. Yeah. This one's for the girls. This one's for all the girls. Yeah, this one's for the girls. This one's for all the girls.
That's right, I got Shireen and Sam with me on today's show co-hosting, and I've got the lovely Jem who's going to be sitting with our panelists finding out why we're all still single. So do you know what, let's get straight into it. Panelists, so let's start with the ladies at the bottom. So ladies, if you can introduce yourself one by one. Pam?
This is why they're still single.
This is it.
You know what? I'm already fed up with you guys.
Okay, I'm Pam. I'm 34 years old and I'm single.
I'm Joy, or Golly, and I'm 34 years old and still single too.
Okay, so Jem, everyone knows who you are. We're going to go straight to the guys. Guy number one.
Guy number one is Mr. Single Marlon.
Well, I don't think I will find out why you're still single.
Yeah, well, don't feel too sad for him, guys. Yeah. My name is Dan from South London, 28, and I'm still single, and you'll find out later.
Okay. All right. Okay.
My name is Antonello. I'm something.
You're
I'm
single.
still single.
And you're single.
And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I'm still single.
Do you know what? I can see you guys are quite rowdy on this one. I mean, you got me.
Rowdy?
You got
What are you
me.
talking about?
You did get me on the intro here, and you asked me why I'm still single, and I'll tell you guys later. But why don't you let's throw the ball in your corner. What do you have to say about all of this? Because you're both married.
Yes, happily married.
Okay.
Excuse me.
It's because she's single, she doesn't understand.
I
Oh
know.
my God, it's
Just
gonna be
doesn't know
rubbing
Do you
what
know what? Are
she's
you guys
missing.
going to spend the entire show
I
talking
just
about
can't
this? Go on,
understand
speak, go
why so many handsome men
And beautiful
beautiful ladies are still single.
Well, share what.
How bizarre is that?
It's the same thing. I look at this gorgeous panel here before me. I just think, why did you guys just get together?
Yeah.
Can
We'll
I
have to
say
matchmake.
something? Sorry. Can I say something? The way Sam talks about it is like single's like the worst thing ever on the planet.
Oh no, it's out of love. We want to see you together with someone.
That's right. And we may do a bit of matchmaking today, actually.
Indeed. Yes.
Might we not?
Might we not? But before we get down into things, because we've got a lot to say, but we don't want to steal the show because it is about you guys at the end of the day. I've got here a survey that says that, even though people have got more resources, they're more ambitious, people are going after careers, we've got more opportunities than we ever had before. A survey says that about 370,000 households, when they did a survey of over the last 40 years, the number of people living alone has nearly doubled.
Wow,
And
gosh.
people aged 24 to 44 are 5 times, that's not 1, 2, 3, but 5 times more likely to be living alone than 40 years ago. Why is that?
Well, that explains why we're all still single.
What's the reason? What's the reason?
What do you think, panelists? Who wants to go first? Who's brave enough to go first on this?
But why people are still single between this age?
I mean, and
Now and
it's
towards
4
the past.
decades later,
Yeah.
and people are just choosing to live at home alone. Why is that?
Well, I think there's many factors. Personally, I think there's a lot more choice than there used to be. Do you know what I mean? So I think as a
A
woman...
lot more choice? In what sense?
For instance, like you know now, like 40 years ago, a woman, you know, may not have been able to have a career. So we've come really far. So there's so many other priorities as well. So sometimes you're fighting for a career, you're fighting for different things in your life. You can travel, and then, you know, maybe they just feel like actually a relationship's not for me. Whereas maybe 40 years ago, that was pretty much it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Have a few kids and stay at home.
But isn't that's leaving it a bit of a lonely place, don't you think?
I think it depends, really. What do you think, Joy?
I was going to say that I think.
If you could bring up your
Sorry,
mic.
I was going to say for the most part as well, people tend to just not stay in unhappy relationships, which I think is a key thing that a lot of people tend to forget. That so sometimes being single is actually the happiest place that they can be at for that time. So and they're not afraid to. They won't stay in an unhappy relationship just because of what others people may think. So yeah.
Okay, I mean, we've had the ladies speak. Guys, what do you think? Why is it that people choose to stay alone at the moment?
I think definitely for men there are commitment issues. So a lot of men are
Definitely.
scared to
Definitely
commit.
commitment issues
I also
with the
think
boys.
I also think things like divorce have become very popular. So if I have an issue with my wife, and then she has an issue with me, rather than try to resolve it, we think, well, you know, might as well split then. When it could be something so small, so trivial, that if you work hard together and come to an understanding, because really, most of the things is because we don't understand the other person, or why the other person's upset.
I think you may be having problems with making that commitment, and I think once they take that step of commitment, you're going to get an answer.
Okay, do you know what? Let me throw that at any one of the guys. Do you think men have a problem with commitment, and that's why many men, let's say, are still single?
I believe that really men have problems with commitment.
Okay.
But
Totally agree with you.
before you were talking about why.
Yeah.
I mean, beside the fact that really there is a problem with commitment, I believe that nowadays there's so many challenges, and you know, society is asking so much from you, you know, and obviously even many things have changed, you know. You want to enjoy life fully, you want to do this, you want to do that, and then when you wake up, you're like me, 20-something, you know? So when you wake up, the time has passed, and you've missed opportunities and things like this, you know.
And the fact that many men are picky and choosy.
Oh,
I
wait.
hope this has nothing to do-
Okay. Well, Daniel's got the mic, so I'm saying, from a married perspective, that many men may be picky and choosy. Do you agree?
I don't agree.
Okay.
I think a man will settle down with someone that he sees that is fit for him. And I don't think they're too picky. But just to rewind back a little bit, yeah.
Let's hear you.
I wanted to rewind back a little bit. I think maybe 60, 70 years ago, like my grandparents, marriage was like having breakfast. It was a normal thing to do. Nowadays, the fashion is to be a bachelor, have many women, you know, live life to the fullest, as they say, and not get into a commitment, because then when you get into commitment, you're not really living life. And I think that is the vision of people nowadays. A lot of men, and even women, to be honest.
Do you
I
know what?
actually see one of
I
the
was just
single
about to
women
say,
who
Joy is
disagrees in
shaking her
front
head
of you
like,
there.
No way, Joy. What do you think about Daniel's statement? Do you agree? Because you were shaking your head like,
Well,
no.
I just think it's a bit of a limited thought because sorry, no, sorry, I don't mean this in a horrible way, but it's just that you see, if the perception is that being married is such a bad thing and it has such negative connotations, that's probably the whole reason why you're still single. But also,
Good point,
no, but besides that, what I wanted to say is that people should, I think enjoying singledom is one part of it, but then also when you're married, I'm not married yet, I haven't been married, but I would like to think that that would bring along new challenges, new adventures, things that I wouldn't be able to do while I'm single, if that makes any sense. So it's not that those things are going to be bad, isn't? Surely it has to be what you shape it to be with your partner. And it's not, I mean, if people have done it a different way and the wrong way for them, it doesn't mean that it's going to be the same for you. So I think the way that you think, the mindset is really important as well to being able to do well.
Just before, Daniel, you counter
like
that,
that.
I want to throw it out there to the viewers. Viewers, do you agree with Joy's statement or do you agree with Daniel's statement? You can always give us a call on 0207 686 6300 and let us know, what do you think? Why are singles out there still single? Okay, Daniel.
Yeah, as I was saying, it was a good, point that you made. From my perspective, I think marriage is a good thing, but I'm talking about on a global perspective. What the fashion is today is for you to be single and for you to live life and be happy and have many partners. That is the way people see things out there. Right. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but I'm saying that's the way people see things. Because if you even see shows, movies, this is exactly what they're promoting.
Yeah. I wonder if it's men that see things that way and not women, because at the end of the day, 40 years ago, I don't think that marriage was like having breakfast, like you said. I disagree. I think marriage was honoured. It was honourable. Nowadays, it's like it's losing its value. It's losing its quality, and then people are just making excuses. But I don't think I look at even the celebrities or people that make marriage like it's breakfast. They don't seem happy. They may have careers and lots of money, but they're not really happy when it comes to love life. So are those bachelors really, really happy? That's the question.
But I think you're saying one of exactly the same point as Daniel. The truth is that marriage gets a lot of bad press. 1 and 2 will end in divorce. So when you think about it, out there it is sort of, you kind of think, oh, actually, well, especially if you say you're a woman, for instance, or a man, whatever, and you've built up a lot of wealth, and then you kind of think, oh, actually, if I get into a relationship, the commitment, and then, But, at the end of the day, maybe we have a slightly different mindset, but a lot of people do think that way. Like, why should I, tie myself down to one person for the rest of my life?
But Jen, you've got prenuptial agreements if worse comes to worse.
Yeah, but they don't. We had a show about prenups, and they don't always work out, Jen.
And that was exactly my point. A lot of people are getting bad press about marriage. If you look at the media in the world today, there's a lot of bad press about marriage. Especially celebrities.
But okay, let's forget about people. Let's talk about you.
Exactly.
Why are you? You said that marriage.
I feel like a spotlight is on us.
We don't want to generalise. We want to hear your personal point of view.
You said that marriage is an honourable thing. You think it's a good thing. So that means you don't share that view that the world globally has. So why are you still single then? In that case.
So I'm still waiting for the right one to come.
Oh gosh, that's a very easy.
Do you think that you're one of those picky and choosy ones then?
I think you should be more specific.
I wouldn't say I'm picky and choosy. I would just say that I know what I want. I wouldn't say picky and choosy.
I'm just worried that...
I think someone wants to say something.
Come on, Joy, let's hear from you.
Let's hear from you. No, what's your opinion? I mean,
I was going to say that I think sometimes being single, that there are parts where it could be that, that everything is fine. Yes, I mean, because certainly that is the case with me. But also, I think it's important to be retrospective and look back and think, okay, what could I do differently? What is it that I am slightly doing wrong? You do need to be able to criticize yourself to some degree and take criticism from other people, constructive criticism. So if you always becomes that you haven't met the right person, I think sometimes that is another limited way of thinking.
Yeah.
I
mean, limited. I'm saying the thought twice.
And we haven't even gone to the break yet.
We haven't even gone yet to a break.
Sorry.
No, but I do agree with that because, for example, maybe about 10 years ago, the way I thought then, I don't think now. Do you know what I mean? So, and that's because, like Joy said, I did sort of look back retrospectively and think, okay, was I thinking in the wrong way? Your values change, everything changes. And, at the end of the day, if you don't allow yourself to change, then you deserve to be single.
Oh, is that the reason why you still are, Gemma?
Well, I just.
It would be interesting to know if any of you have ever been close to getting married.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Any of you?
Any of you?
I mean, because some of you, I can see that you're getting on a bit in age. And I'm just wondering how long.
I hope you're not referring to anyone in.
Not pointing my fingers at anyone at all, but I mean.
Well, yeah, I've been, near in the past, near to getting married. To be honest, when I look back, I see that I was afraid. To do the
now
step.
we're having some honesty.
When you say fear, what was your main general fear?
I think probably was I didn't feel ready, and I don't know, probably was the right thing or the wrong thing.
But what about if the girl was ready? You led her up the path.
Yeah, but not the
Well,
aisle. That's the
But
problem.
at the end of the day, you have to see if you are ready.
Right, yeah,
She
which
can
is
be
very
ready, but if you're not ready,
So
then
are
you're gonna
you
mess.
saying that you became so close, but then thought, no, I'm not ready? So you backed out?
Yeah, well, I did things that I made sure that things didn't go,
Do you
the
know
right
what
way.
I think? Sorry to say, okay, and I know this is going to come across a bit controversial, but anyway, I think the guys are changing. I think women still want marriage to the right person, the quality guy. But I think the qualities in guys is what's changed. And this is the main problem. And of course, I understand that 40 years ago, probably you didn't have all the, women half naked on everywhere in your face, which is also a challenge, why I think a lot of men don't commit. Because
Yeah, because a lot of men tend
nowadays
to just
women
want
do
to chip
feel
and change,
I
isn't it?
think the mindset of guys have changed. I think the honour of, let me have this one woman that I'm going to be with. She's worth it. She's valuable. I'm going to fight for this one lady. Has changed because you're saying that there's so much choice out there. But what exactly are you looking for? Are you just looking at the face value, or are you looking for something inside, a real helper, someone that's going to be, complimenting you? Or are you thinking, oh no, my girlfriend has to look like such, and oh no, her toes are not quite right. Oh no, her feet are not. Oh no, her hair's not right.
Her shoes are not right.
And that's why.
I agree with you.
Before you get into
That-
that, I need to throw, because this is getting really heated, and I really want to find out what people out there are thinking, because they're probably giggling and laughing and nodding in agreement or in disagreement. So, viewers, what do you think? Do you think men have changed over the years, and that's why there's less marriages and they're still single? Give us a call on 0207 686 6300. Antonella, sorry, I cut you off there. Tell us.
No, I agree. I agree with her, what she says. Yeah, depends. Sometimes you look at the wrong things in a person, and that's when you make mistakes. But in the meantime, as we said before, because things have changed around, a man he feels somehow satisfied. The main thing for a man is to succeed in life, while for a woman, what she wants is a family. So if a man is not happy with his, mainly with his life, with how he's doing in his profession, in his business, if he's not succeeding in that area and he feels like he has not achieved yet, that can trigger a failure, even in the sentimental life or in the marriage.
I agree to a certain degree.
I don't.
I agree. Do you know what? I agree. Sorry, I need to put my two pence in
Go
now.
on, Jennifer.
I
I've
think
got
I
something to
agree
say as
because
well.
if the guy feels unfulfilled before he gets into that marriage, he's gonna give that woman grief. Because you don't want an unhappy person trapped with a happy person thinking that everything's okay when it's
Definitely.
not. And if he's still thinking my career, but he's got a wife, he's not probably going to
But
give that
Jen,
wife
don't-
attention.
But the thing is, Jen, don't you think that it's because he hasn't got that right person by his side that he can't get to his full potential anyway?
Right,
Well,
that's what I
this
wanted
is the
to hear.
thing. What I'm thinking is,
Unfortunately.
why would you need someone to make you right?
Right.
No, it's not about making you right. It's about unlocking your potential because, like we hear, two is better than one.
Yeah.
So if you've got that person like, oh, why don't you do this? Push forward, do it. Then sometimes it even makes you better. Sometimes it helps you to reach goals you never thought you would
That's
get because there's
right.
two of you fighting for the same thing. So sometimes you spend ages and then you get to like 60, 70, it's like, oh, I'm still unfulfilled. Yeah.
But then you shouldn't depend on someone to fulfill you. That's a very dangerous person.
No,
and
but I
that's
think
where
to unlock your
marriages go
potential.
sour.
No, but I think to unlock your potential, that the marriage does have the potential to do that.
Yeah.
Do you remember marriage is something that makes you complete, doesn't it? So, it makes you complete. When you're single, you feel you're working alongside by yourself. When you're married and you're committed with someone, you're actually working with someone. So both of you are working you're
Indeed.
working towards a goal to achieve something which is going to be the success of both of you together in one.
Can I say something on that? But that's why it's important that you should have two wholes coming together. Otherwise,
true.
it's a minus.
That's
Because
true.
do you understand? It's like I'm getting married to baggage, excess baggage. I'm going to be
No, that's
lugging
different.
along.
That's different.
Could I just
That's
jump?
different.
Can I just
Let
jump in?
Marlon say something. Let's have a look.
On your point, Shreen, you said women have been the same and men have changed.
Yes.
I disagree with
Or
that.
maybe not been the same, but I think the men have changed more.
I disagree with that. Firstly, on the men, I'll talk about the men briefly and then I'll go straight into the women.
Here we go.
When it comes to things like marriage and commitment, a lot of men, and I know a lot of men that have been with women from their school, and like, they've even got kids together, and I'm thinking, why are you not marrying her? And I realised why. Because they see marriage like a jail sentence. Like, I'm not going to be able to do what I did when I was younger. She's going to be watching me. She's going to be wondering where I'm going to be answerable to her. So that is why some guys are a bit fearful of that, even though they don't realize it's actually a promotion, which I believe it is a marriage is promotion. But a lot of guys see it as, well, when he calls me to go out and we're going to be looking at females and flirting, and I won't be able to do that.
Yeah, I agree with you there,
But just the point, to come back now,
Yes, Marlon.
women
Go on.
not changing.
But you know what? Wait. Before you get into that point, I want to save it until after the break because we need to
No
go to a
problem.
break, and
It will-
seems like it's going to get heated.
Let's
the
go to
storm
the
is
break,
coming.
Jennifer.
Let's go to the break. Do you agree with any of the statements that have been made here today? It's getting quite heated in the studio. Are you a young single male or older male? And do you agree with Marlon's statement that you can always give us a call on 0207 686 6300? Or are you a female who completely agrees with Shireen and is like, nope, the men have changed and that's it? Give us a call on the same number below, as you can see, and we'll be back after this break. Stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gents that may be watching. On today's DKW show, we're answering the question, why are you still single? We have our brilliant panelists here giving their opinion, and the fiery Sam and Shireen.
Oh,
The married ones throwing out, thrashing out the questions. But before we went to a break, it got rather heated. Daniel, you wanted to give an opinion on one of the comments that Antonella had said, and then Shireen bounced back. You know, what is it that what are your main thoughts on why people are still single, especially on the side of the men?
I left that for Marlon to answer.
Oh, so Marlon's going to answer it now?
Because I've been holding the mic too much, so I spoke to Marlon.
I want to hear what Marlon wants to say, actually. Come on, Marlon.
SNS have been killing us over here. They're married, they're happy, and they're showing off. Let's just dissect some of the words. Well, first of all, I'm not getting on in age, so it must be one of the other. But Shireen said how women haven't changed, but men have. I totally disagree with that. Because, all right, men have changed. I think some men are not manning up. Agreed.
I never said that actually, but
I'm telling you.
Yeah, but he's actually saying that men
I'm telling
don't
you.
make a commitment.
Exactly. Men are not manning up, and that's not a good thing. But there are a lot of women today who, I don't need a man. I can do everything for myself.
Miss Independent.
And there's nothing wrong with independence, but it gets to a point where, you know, where you offer to buy them a meal, pay for a meal. No, I'll pay for my own meal. I don't need no man buying me. I'm buying your meal, not buying you.
Yeah.
So, and you get all these different connotations of, oh, I can do it all for myself. I've raised up my children by myself. I've bought my house. True.
I can see where you're coming from there, Marlon.
But what you're doing, you're actually taking the man's power away.
I
it's
can
like
agree with that.
He feels like he can't even contend with this woman because she's just, he's nothing to her. So and a lot of women I've spoken to are like this. So it's like, you have to be so careful the comments you make to a woman these days.
I agree.
You have to.
agree.
You're walking.
I have
You're
to
treading
agree
on
with you.
eggshells. Eggshells.
is it? Are any of you guys like this woman that? Because it seems to only come across that only that type. Are you guys like that then?
No, if I'm going out on a
All
date,
right.
he has to pay.
Do you remember? Wait. Do you remember a comment which was made by one of the panelists about looking at themselves? Maybe it's time for some people to look at themselves. And that's for Daniel.
Okay, so we had this question. We had this question on Facebook, and we had some people answer it. We had Sadil that said, "This may sound cliche, but it's true. The reason why she's still single is because she hasn't found the right person yet." We have McKay, who also says she's single because she's still writing her exams. So that's the reason. She hasn't written her single exams. But the one we want to discuss here with the panel is one from a lady called Chipozithu. Sorry if I've said it wrong.
Oh,
Please
it's a
forgive
long
me.
name.
She says, "I'm still single because I'm still preparing myself for the right time and for Mr. Right." Now, preparing myself... what does that mean on a practical level?
Can I
Is it a
just
cop out
answer,
or is it really
Can I just
real?
answer what Marlon said before? Because I feel that there's a lot of fear going on, like fear from
Is it? Go
fear
ahead,
from
Gemma,
Daniel,
speak.
fear from Marlon. The fact is this,
Come on, girl.
that, you know, and I'm just saying this because they're trying to bring fire down to us. The thing is, right, this is what I think. Even if you were, say, an independent woman, because yeah, women have changed, I agree with that point. Women have changed. But even if you are independent, then why can't the man step up and say, actually, I'm going to conquer her?
And Gemma, don't
Do
you,
you know what I
think
mean?
that some women have felt they needed to be independent because
Definitely, because of
the man-
society.
yeah, no, because
sometimes
the man is
Yeah,
probably
exactly.
not as a leader in the way he needs to be.
For
Or
example,
do
You
you
know-
feel that
like,
it's
for
just a
example,
backlash?
Yeah, because, like, for example, Marlon said something about women. She's raised up her children. A lot of women don't want to raise their children by themselves, but they're left in that situation
Yes,
by men that
that's
leave them.
true.
So I'm not here to beat men down, no.
No.
But what I'm saying is, what would be nice is for men to step up and say, do you know what? She's like that, but I want her, and I'm going to go after her, and I'm going to conquer her.
You know
That's
what?
all we
It's
want.
true. And say you've done a
all that
good
we
job
want.
till now,
Can
but
I
now
disagree,
I'm taking
please?
over.
To be honest, but to be honest,
I-
before you go ahead,
I
Antonelli,
think-
before you say something, the fact is, even if you are independent, every woman, pretty much every woman, wants this guy to sort of take control and be like, you know what, I'm taking
And I
over.
love
so
that,
you could
'cause
just
that's what
sit
I'm
back.
trying to
And
say.
I love
I'm
that.
not trying to say
Yeah.
that women haven't changed. I'm trying to say when it comes to love, I believe that deep down,
Yeah,
deep down, sorry,
definitely.
women still want the same thing they've always wanted.
Yes,
Yeah.
And I think
indeed.
men don't.
Yes,
Yep.
you know what? I disagree with her.
Oh, do you?
Totally.
Oh,
You know why?
wow.
Because they,
Wow.
you know, I can see that, you know, you're saying like the man, he should step up and this. But how much are you able to let the men to step up? Because some women, they want the men to step up, but then they don't want to give the power to the men. They still want to have that power to choose to do whatever they say. And I think this is the case for many people that I know, and they get so frustrated. You know,
Joy's really agitated.
I mean,
Joy,
what
I can
he's
see
trying
Joy
to
really
say is
agitated.
that a lot of the single women, even if they get in relationships with you, you still want to be in control.
Yes,
Almost like
because-
wearing the trousers.
and this
in
is
a
because
way.
they have been in control for the last 10 years, 15 years. And when they get to the right person, probably they still don't want to have that control. They don't want to let go of the control. And this is real. And as you were saying, you know, probably the guy wants to pay
I mean,
money to do it. Oh, let me help you with the bags for the. No, let me do it. I can do it.
I think
You know,
it's an
many
excuse
little
though.
things.
I do. I think it's slightly an excuse because when I've had a guy approach me, and a real man, I'm not talking a mouse, a real man, when he approaches me, and if you know we're talking, to ask for. First of all, to ask for control, why you don't need to have someone say to you, right, here you go, here's the control. You don't. Otherwise, you're in the wrong mindset. Somebody that says, okay, meet me at this place at this such and such time, and this is what we're going to do. That's somebody who takes control. You don't ask for permission to take control. You just take control.
Well,
That's what you do.
Well, we've got a caller who is on the line. Hello, caller.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Are we putting the caller through?
Hello.
Hi. Hi there, caller. What's your
Hello.
name?
My name's Bridget. I'm calling from Nottingham.
Bridget, please tell us. You've been watching the show. You've been hearing the men and the women and our lovely married lot giving us a hard time. What do you think?
Well, you know, fair comments from each side. But what I'd like to know is, you know, we get in life, you get a lot of help for any issues that you have. If you have education problems, you go to university. If you have health problems, you go to a doctor. What happens when people have this issue of singleness, of you have dating problems? Who do you go to? I mean, a lot of the culture that we have now in England is multicultural. We have people from all walks of life, from all over the world. And so we're having to learn to date different cultures, different races, and different religions. Where do you go to for help, for dating help? Where is the support?
Okay, so can I ask you a question? Are you currently going through that right now, Bridget?
I am going through that myself, and
Right.
that's one of the things that frustrates me. I mean, you know, you can share singleness as a journey with friends and with family, but you get to a point, I think, in life where people expect you to have sorted it out by then. The older you get, I think.
So then,
And
Bridget,
actually, I don't think it's that straightforward. I think everybody, you know, is on their own journey.
Right, okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Where do you get help is my question. Where is the support?
That's a very good point. You know, I'm going to throw it to the panelists. Thanks for that question, Bridget.
Okay.
Take care. So she made a very, very valid point. Who would like to counter that? Does anyone have any? You guys are single, and you guys are single, and she made very, very valid points. Like, for example, everyone's on their own journey. I mean, how do you tackle a problem like that? Do you think culture sometimes affects why people are single as well?
Yeah, definitely, because I think a lot of people, well, not a lot, some people do feel that they've got to marry within their culture. I think that's wise sometimes as well. Like she said, I don't really know the answer, to be honest, because like she said, you're not taught how to love. You know, you don't go to school and they say, oh, actually, this is the guy that's right. But you sort of learn from maybe like fairy tale movies when you're younger, this is what he looks like. Then you grow up. Yeah, then you grow up and then it's like, you just can't find that guy. You know what I mean? So, and I think that's a problem with women as well, to be honest. Like, you know, I've attacked the men enough. So I think from our side, I think a lot of the times we do have a long list of qualities that we would like guys to
Marlon, I can see Marlon. Marlon, what do you want to say? Because I can see your face throughout that whole answer.
I really got to come to the defense of my male compatriots. I mean, we talk about men stepping up. I agree. In theory, that sounds perfect. A man step up, woman submits. Cool. But what we're talking about is, for you to conquer, she has to allow him to conquer. So it doesn't matter what I do. Some women are not even giving the man the chance to show what he does. And I know many women that a good guy wants to get to know them, and they won't.
So then, I'm so sorry to cut you in. What is the problem with being single then? What is the problem with being single? Is it a problem? Are you trying to say that being single is a good thing or not?
I'm not saying, well, it depends what age you are.
Okay.
I believe, obviously, the 16, 17-year-olds, I'm in love. I think you should live a little and grow and go through your whole process.
I mean, with your own experience, Mara, are you saying that most of the women that you may have dated, have they been too controlling, the women that you've met personally? Your own experience? Because it seems as if you're talking from your own experience, of course.
And also, don't you think that that's affecting you now?
And it could be.
Hold up. Who am I answering?
Wait, do you know what? Just before you go, I'm going to throw this question out as well. You're going to carry on in a sec. Viewers at home, what is the problem with being single? Is it okay or is it a bad thing? Is it a problem? Give us a call on 0207 686 6300. Sorry. No.
Are we ready? Okay. Is there a problem being single? I think once you've sorted yourself out, then, because there's no point going into a relationship if you're a bag of issues, problems. You have to resolve your situation. Look at yourself and work on that. I know people that all they ever do is point finger. They don't do this, they don't do that. This is why I'm not like this, this one. But you have to look at yourself, because there is a reason why I've repelled women in the past. I'll speak for myself. I've repelled women because there were things I did wrong. I put more priority, for instance, in my friends or in my own life. And I remember my best friend, he said a comment to me. Sometimes life isn't about, he'll love that I say this to him, because he's like, I don't even remember saying it. But he said, sometimes life isn't about doing your thing. Sometimes life is about doing other people's thing. And I think we're all set in our ways. We've all gone our own journeys, and we've gone so far that we don't realize, maybe there's another way to do this. Maybe we can still get to that goal, but we have to do it slightly different. And it doesn't mean it's a bad thing if you do it slightly different to the way you thought it was. So it's a bit of allowing from each side. I want to conquer a woman, but she has to allow me to conquer. But in the same sense, I have to understand what she deems as worthy of being conquering.
Okay. Well, we're going to go to a break and let us know what you think. Do you think being single is a problem? Like I said, you can give us a call on 0207 686 6300 and we'll be back. Hi and welcome welcome back to today's DKW show. It's getting quite heated in the studio today. We're talking about why you may be still single. And we've got our panelists here who have been given their nips and tips and why they're still single and their isms and stuff. And we've been versed against the married folk over here, Shireen and Sam, our hosts, who are thrashing it out and telling them why they think they're still single. But we're going to be a bit cheeky here. Panelists, we're going to ask you why you're still single individually, and then each of you have to vote on each other and say whether you find it a valid excuse or just a very poor one. So you've all got your cards right.
Right.
So green means it's a valid excuse. Red means it's a very poor excuse. So I'm gonna pick you, Pam, because you've been rather quiet today. So Pam, you are gorgeous and you seem so sweet. Why are you still single?
Well, firstly, I don't see there's nothing wrong with being single.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, if there's no one there, just to go with someone for the sake of it, that's not
That's a good point.
it's not good. You might as well just value yourself till the right person does come along. But obviously, you have to be vigilant, look around, you know. So I don't think there's anything wrong with being single, but keep your eyes opened, etc.
Okay.
I like it.
But Pam, if that's
But
the
why
case,
are you
why
single?
are you still single?
Because I haven't seen anyone that I like.
Do you know what? Do you know what? It's so ironic, Pam, because we've literally got a call now that you've just said that. So hi there. Hello. Hello, hi. What's your name?
Hi, Emma.
Amma, tell us, what do you think about what the panelists have been saying, and why do you think people are still single? Hello?
I'm really happy about what everybody else is saying.
But I think it's because you've got your TV up. If you can turn your TV down.
And I was actually just trying to hop in, and then I got on the program. But the only thing I want to say is that sometimes people are single not by choice, not because we want to be single, but we are caught up in that situation.
Okay. So are you currently single right now?
I'm 38 years old and I'm very single, not by choice.
Not by
Not by choice. Oh. Well, I hope you find your sweetheart soon. Thank you for calling.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. So, you know, she's 38 and she's single, not by choice. And Pam, sorry, just going back to you, just remind us, what was your answer?
Why I'm still single?
Yeah.
I haven't seen anyone that I like.
Right.
Simple.
So-
Until I do, then obviously I want to get married.
Okay. So do you think it's a valid or a poor excuse?
Very poor excuse.
What? Oh my gosh. How is it poor?
That's interesting.
I think that's such a valid excuse.
Do we get to vote as well?
Oh, do you?
We
Yeah,
voted
we get
as well.
to vote. Okay, look, presenters, you are married. Do you think it's a valid excuse or a poor excuse?
I think it's valid. How is she gonna? Who's she gonna marry if she hasn't got anybody? She hasn't seen anyone.
What, Sam? Okay, right, okay. Just quickly, so we don't run out of time. Sam, why do you think that's a poor excuse? I think it's a very valid
I
one.
think it's too easy to say that. I think it's so easy just to say, oh, you know, I haven't found the right person. The thing is, what are you doing to find the right person?
Oh,
That's
okay.
the point.
Fair
Scared
enough.
to say
Fair
my point
enough.
now.
Wait.
Because it's not going to fall out the sky.
Do you know what? We're running out of time and we still got another 5 of you to go through. So I'm so sorry, Antonella, I'm coming straight to you. Why are you still single?
I believe I wasn't ready.
Or you wasn't, or you're still not ready? Because
wasn't.
you're
I
currently
Still not ready.
I wasn't.
Okay, but are you ready now?
I'm getting ready.
Okay, you're either ready or you're not ready.
No, I believe I wouldn't go to a relationship right now in this moment.
Okay.
Because I have priorities in mind in my life, and to be honest, you know, I don't want to play around.
Okay, so
You know, even though I'm still quite young, but
so I mean, panelists, do you think he's given a valid excuse, green card, or a poor excuse, red card? Jem, you're the only person who's red card. Why?
I think.
And Shireen here.
I'm gonna bring it over here, but why?
I just think, you know, I think it's quite easy to say, oh, I'm not ready. I think that, like, there's some sort of underlying fear underneath that. I think maybe we need to address the truth.
Yeah, I agree.
Marlon's got an opinion here. Go on.
I've got opinion. I mean, if he's not ready, then there obviously is things that he needs to sort.
Said he has priorities.
He's got priorities, and that's the problem. If he was to say take a woman on now, it would end because he's got priorities elsewhere. She must be his priority when he does undertake her.
No,
so it is a valid reason.
No,
It is
but
valid.
I think some people say that, oh, I'm not ready. And just like they said to Pam, what are you doing about it? Do you know what I mean? So if there are issues, then maybe you should deal with them. Like, I'm not saying this is Antonella's case, it may not be, but I think you've got to deal with those.
So then, Jen, why
or
are
you'll
you
never
still,
be ready.
Why
Yeah,
are
if-
you still single? Yeah,
Jen.
Jen, our beautiful host of DKW, why are you still single?
Yeah, like I said during the break, if I knew, I wouldn't be single. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea.
I'm coming. Just before you go into your points, we need to vote for Gemma. Do you think Gemma's excuse is a valid excuse? She said she doesn't know why she's single. Right. Does anyone have a red card?
I don't know.
Share mine.
You know, I think, you know, can I just add to that as well? I know we're running out of time. But the thing is, there, in the circles that I am in as well, there are limited men.
All right. Now, Jenny, you have to allow. Now you.
Even the cameramen are like, oh.
Getting rather heated in the studio.
Now you have to allow.
Antonello has something to say. Go ahead.
I cannot believe this. No, because they said, the both of them so far, the two ladies, they have said two things. In the circle that I've not seen anybody. First of all, you don't have to see, you have to know the person.
Yeah, but if you don't see them, how can you get to know them? I haven't seen them.
Well, you get to know. For sure, there are men.
Well,
probably you don't want to know them.
Okay, well, we're gonna go to a quick break because it's getting rather heated again. Let us know out there, what do you think? Why are we still single? Give us a call on 0207 686 6300. We'll be back shortly. So it was getting rather heated. I had to cool you all down and put you on a break. But Joy, allegedly, you're saying that everyone's going to give you a green card on your excuse. So why is it that you're still single?
It's just, to be honest, it was at a point where I was making a few bad decisions. Needed to take a neutral step back and take a look at all areas of my life and actually get the help that I needed in terms of friends, family, and other things around me. So for that reason, I wasn't in a position. I needed to be at peace. I wasn't in a position to be in a relationship, and furthermore, a good relationship. So that was the reason. I am, however, in a good place now, a really good place. So I'm single only because it's not that I haven't met the right person. I just believe he's on his way, and so am I. So it could be a matter of days, could be a matter of months, could be a matter of weeks.
Oh, okay.
That's lovely.
Finally, a woman speaks the truth.
Yeah. Oh my God!
I spoke the truth.
I mean,
like
that's a
that.
very, very valid
Very,
excuse,
very
and I
nice.
definitely do agree with you. But you know, who else hasn't answered
I've
here?
spoken.
Has everyone? Do you know what, Daniel. Why is it that you are still single? You touched on it slightly, but tell us what it is.
Let me be really, really honest.
We'd hope you would.
I try to be. I would say it's myself, to be honest. I haven't invested the time, the effort that I was meant to put into finding someone. And within myself, to be honest with you. And I've realised that now, and I'm working towards it. And that's the honest truth. It's not because there's no one there or there's no women around. It's because I haven't invested in it. And you can't get anything out
Wow,
of somebody who
everyone-
invested.
It shows that the programs helped. In the beginning, it was, oh, I was the right person.
You know, I think it's a very, very valid excuse. But I'm going to throw this question. It might sound a bit awkward, but it's the truth. If that's the case, how do you help yourself? I mean, are any of you investing in yourself in order to be a better singleton and find that right single person for you?
It is actually, I discovered there is a place where actually you can grow in that aspect of your life.
Okay,
And
tell me about
as
it.
I said before, I wasn't ready, and I'm getting ready, and it's just a matter of time now because I have priorities. But there's a place where I've learned a lot about love life, and it just helped me to look back at all my relationships and why I failed all of them, And it has helped me to grow in that sense, to see why I was so selfish in a certain way. And it's, we call it a love therapy, which, we go in as a group of people, single and not single as well. They want to know more how to improve their love life, how to make it right, how to make the right choices, because this is important, to make the right choice, because I don't want to, obviously, getting a bit older now, I don't want to make the wrong choice now, because it's going to be even worse. So I want to make the right one. So for me, it's not about a matter of jumping into something, but I want to make sure that I jump into the right relationship. So I'm investing in it, and I'm sure that
And you get help at this
a lot of
go.
help. I mean,
could we have the details? Maybe
of
we
course,
can put it on
anyone who is interested can call the show then and find out
because
about
some
the
of
place.
our callers called in was asking.
Or even better still, because you've got the details of this place, you can leave it with us. And if you want to find out,
Yes.
you can always send an email to comments@dkw.me, and we'll be more than happy to share it. And you can get more help, and they'll see you there as well.
Definitely. I don't miss one day.
If anyone's looking at Antonella, call 020.
And I think you should bring your friends with you, your panelists with you. Good.
But you know what? This show has been absolutely brilliant, and we are going to have a second segment to this show, so stay tuned. Watch this space. It's going to be next week. But married folk over here, and I have to call you married folk because
Don't worry, we
it's
love
been
to be
like
called
two
married folk, it's
against
fine.
the
We
whole
love it.
world. You've been sending all the questions our way. Why do you think people are still single, and what tips could you give to conclude the show for this part of what we've been discussing today on why they're still single?
Okay, as we've seen today, people are single for many different reasons.
Yeah.
And, there are very valid ones. But sometimes it can be because of fear. Something happened in the past, I know about that. Something happens in the past and suddenly you don't want to date this kind of person or this kind of person, you just want to be on your own. Just thinking about being with someone is a painful thing, it's something you just don't want to go there for a great... So there's many different reasons, but one thing I must say, being single is not a curse. It's not a curse, and it is important. I must agree with the gentleman here that said this earlier. To be a whole person, I think it's even you, Jennifer, not to be a half a person, have issues, and then think by finding someone else who's also a half, that person's going to make you whole. Never. You have to be whole yourself. You have to get to that point where you're so content with yourself that you can give to someone else.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Like you've reached a maximum that I can only give now to someone else, and I can give to that person, make them happy, and not go after someone so they can make you happy. Big mistake.
Sam, what do you think? I agree there.
I totally agree with Gemma, and I agree with some of the panels who said that they want to find themselves first. I think that's very, very important. But I think each one of them and the single people that are out there, I think they should deeply, deeply invest in finding the right partner, because marriage, I'm married myself, and I know the blessing or the impact that I get in my own life. I know the reward that I have with my husband, because I'm not alone anymore. I can work together with my partner. We work towards our goals, and we work as a team. And there's nothing more beautiful than you've got someone to share your life with. Yeah. So I would recommend it to all the single people, the viewers, everyone out there. Invest and you'll find the right person.
And I couldn't agree more. I mean, on today's show, I'm definitely going to conclude on that point. Invest in yourself. And also, I agree with some of the panelists here, don't feel pressurized. If everyone's jumping into a relationship just to feel happy, don't feel like you have to do the same thing too and then get yourself into a disaster. So take your time, invest in yourself, and when you find the right person, you can add to their life, and I'm sure that person will add to you. It's been a brilliant DKW show. I'd like to thank my panelists. You've been absolutely awesome. Pleasure to have you on.
Will they come back next week?
And hopefully if you come back next week, that would be great. But we're going to have the second segment after all that bashing you gave them. They might be scared.
We'll be calmer next week. Promise.
We're going to have the second segment of our show, Why Are You Still Single, next week. And we thank you for watching. Take care and have a wonderful Sunday afternoon. Bye-bye.